Hi guys, I wanted to make a couple or three quick videos to talk about the masking systems in Substance Painter. There's actually three completely separate masking systems. So what I've done is I set up these three cubes. We're going to start with black and white masks. I've set up three cubes. They're joined. They're a single object, and they have one material. Okay, so we're going to export these. FBX. And I'm going to make a folder for them. And I'm going to call these black and white. Okay. And I'm just going to select that. And I'm going to go ahead and export these. So now I'm going to go into Substance Painter. And I'm going to create a new project. And I'm picking our favorite template. And I'm going to go grab those cubes that I just made. Black and white for black and white mask. And I'm just going to set this up the way we usually do and say OK. And here are our cubes. Here's the UV layout. And we're going to go ahead and bake. Just a standard thing. I bake everything except for this, except for ID and opacity. We will be baking ID when we get in the subsequent video, but let's go ahead and bake these. And I'm going to go back into paint mode. And I'm just going to show you black and white masks. I'm going to create, you can mask individual layers, but you can also mask folders. So for example, if I were to drag this material here and go ahead and make this smaller here. Oop, didn't mean to do that. Go ahead and make this smaller. And say I wanted to only apply it to this top cube, I can mask this individual layer, but you can also mask folders. So what I usually do, since I'm layering things, I tend to set up folders. So I'm going to set up three folders, and I'm just going to leave them, or I guess I'll just call it cube 1, or cube A, cube B, and cube C. And I'm going to go ahead and just throw in some fill layers. Or actually, let's have fun. Let's throw in some materials. I'm just going to grab some materials. I'm going to put a different material in each folder. Where was that? I'll grab this folder here, this material here. So currently, the only material you see is the one in this top folder because Blender starts from the bottom, layers up. And let's say I want this material that's in the top folder again to apply itself only to this top cube here. So on the folder, I'm going to add a black mask, and that's going to hide this material completely. And then I'm going to reveal it. I'm going to unhide just the material just on this top cube. So I'm going to use my polygon fill over here on my toolbox. I'm going to select that, and here it gives me four options. The first one's a triangle that lets me unhide one triangle at a time. The second one is a little square that lets me unhide one quad at a time. The third one is a little 3D cube that lets me select an entire object. And the fourth one is a little checkerboard that lets me select a UV island. In this case, these are interchangeable because it's a single UV island for this cube. But if I had, for example, the ends as a separate UV island, the object one would unhide it all, and the checkerboard would just unhide the UV island one at a time. Okay, so we've used the black mask for this one, right? So now anything I put in this folder, if I were to add another texture in this folder and just bring it down, so we have that, again, since I put the mask on the folder, it's automatically going to apply itself only to this cube. So I find it easier to just create folders rather than mask individual layers. It just makes, because then I can layer everything I want in this one folder, and it will automatically apply itself the way I want. So for the second one, notice when I turn it on, it applies itself to the bottom two, and it's actually here on the top one too, but the top one overrides the settings in this one. So I'm going to go ahead and put a white mask on this one instead. And the white mask and the black mask are essentially the same thing. They're just kind of mirror images of each other. So the black mask will hide everything and then you reveal what you want. The white mask, the black mask will hide everything and then you reveal what you want. The white mask doesn't hide anything, and so then you have to again use the polygon fill, this time in black, to um, to remove the material where you don't want it. So again, with my polygon fill with the checkerboard, I'm just going to remove it from these two cubes. So they function in a very similar fashion. So now we have our folder labeled cube A applying its material only to here, the folder labeled cube B applying itself only here, and then we're going to do the third one. Now, since the third one's the furthest one down, you could, just leave it because the other two override it. However, sometimes things like texture and stuff will bleed through to the folders above. So I generally like to, if I'm going to go ahead and say this one is only for this cube, I go ahead and mask it, even though it's at the bottom here. So I'm going to go ahead and do a black mask. And again, with my polygon fill, I'm going to reveal where I want it. See, now it's on black. So if I click, nothing happens because this is a black mask, if I put it correctly. So I have to change the color to white. And now you see it reveals itself. So this is the color. You can change it up here. If you click on this little button here, it'll just go from black to white. You can use the slider to do a grayscale if you wanted some kind of translucent effect, and this little button. So this and this are the same thing. They're just in different places. So that's very simple, quick and simple review of black and white masks. And I use them a lot because I prefer, for example, in this case, these cubes share a UV island. So when I share a UV layout, sorry. So when I export this, I'll have a single texture that I can apply to all three of them, as opposed to three sets of textures that I have to apply to each individual cube. Okay, so next video we will talk about geometry masks.